Let's look at this again from a customer transaction standpoint. And this example is probably more classically what patents do. They really cover your activities. Patents owned by NewCo. We have say a product patent to whatever they've invented. Okay. Now this analysis really looks a little bit further downstream to the distributor, the retailer, or whoever is really out buying things from the wholesale product manufacturer. Okay. The important thing here is the wholesale product manufacturer is going to be shipping products to the retailer, and the retailer is going to be sending back money for those products. So you want to cover exactly what is in that, what is being shipped. Okay. The widget in the box, so to speak. Now in this case, what we're really saying, can the retailer and distributor buy from a third party? Well, no, not without permission from NewCo. So patents, just to review, we're looking at protecting our supply chain in one way, but also protecting your distribution channels to some degree. Okay. Now let's look at one more. What does this do? Downstream distribution. Just to recap here, this is protecting your top line because you're really covering the money flow back to the wholesale product manufacturer in this case. If you didn't have patents, you can't prevent your retailers or your customers from going to a third party to get the same thing. They may say, here, I buy this mouse from company A, go make it, and they'll buy it from somebody else at a lower price. Okay. So I look at patents, sort of your own business patents, as at least maintaining your top line. It is there to protect your revenue stream that you've worked hard for. Now patents, what I will say, just because you get patents and just because you get IP, that doesn't mean all the other things about business aren't important. Marketing is important. Your product is important. The technical features that it has, it's important. Your distribution channels are important. This is just a mechanism to help protect some of that revenue that you're seeking to generate in the long run. Let's look at another example. And I really like this one because, one, of course, you're protecting your core product. This is what you're generating revenue for. This is a basic tenet of patent law, and if you're filing patents, it should minimum do this. But let's look at, we have patents that cover the assembly or the component vendors. Now you're controlling both ways along the supply chain. That's a really nice position to be in because you've locked in suppliers and you've locked in customers. You're reducing risk of product supply, but you're also reducing risk of competitive threat from competitors by controlling how it's distributed. Okay. Now, if we're looking at an investment, this looks pretty attractive because you've thought about what inputs go into your business and what the outputs are, and you're protecting those things that really impact that revenue and that stream. Okay. So, again, can the retailer and distributor buy from third parties? Can the vendor sell to third parties? Well, we know the answer. Not without permission from NewCo. Now, there's an important point here. Let's say you're in this position where you've developed your IP and you've got some control of your supply chain and some control of your distribution channels. What do you do when your vendors do want to sell to a third party? Or your distributors want to do something different? Well, because they have to come to the negotiating table, it at least opens up the ability to either enhance your relationship with your vendors and your distributors. It brings people, to the table so that you have the ability to say, you know what, distributor X, your sales are down 10% over the last 2 years. We think you could be doing more. You need to invest more of your own marketing dollars selling our things. Okay. That's entirely plausible negotiation strategy, so long as you have this leverage. Okay. Same thing with your suppliers. Suppliers says, my raw material components are, we're going to give you a price increase. Oh, and by the way, we want to sell to a third party. You're like, not with a price increase or some other negotiation tactic. It just gives you options. And a lot of what IP is and a lot of what IP development is, in some sense, they're abstract and tangible things, and it's hard to see exactly the value I have today of investing time and effort in doing a patent application. This is what IP is designed really to help you in the future. Okay. In this situation, when you envision success for yourself, how are you going to protect your revenue streams from coming in and then the risk of product control on the input side?